Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James, and joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
I'm excited.
You're excited?
We are less than 50 days till PAX.
Yeah, that's good news. That's real good news. I can get around that. Keen to, I don't know, probably not play many AAA games because they won't be there, but just get to drink beers with people, and that's about all that matters, right? It's the social. That's what we're there for. It's the social.
Or indie games.
And the indies. The indies will always be good. But the beers will be even better. Yeah, looking forward, I guess, to seeing everyone there at PAX in was it? October, was it 11, 12, 13?
The 11th. The 11th
So
is the beginning.
that is actually kind of close. Shit.
It is. Less than 50.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
I know. It just crawled up on us out of nowhere.
All of a sudden.
I just started seeing, so I was like, oh, everyone's there. Oh, I got my creator badge. And now the people complain, oh, I didn't get my creator badge. I said, I'm just there going, I brought mine like a normal person. Because I'm not a scab.
Well, if you need if you need to chop out at some point, I've got a speaker badge and a media badge. So.
Oh, look at you! There's a speaker badge.
No, I think I was with Damo on the weekend. I was just suckering him in to come along to PAX with a free badge. So
you got to do it in the form of Mr. Bean on an aeroplane. Just wave it in there.
I've just got
speaker badge.
I've just got to tell him that I reckon there's a sneaky chance that Monster Hunter Wilds demo that's been at Gamescom and all those sorts of things that maybe that'll be playable, and you watch him come pouring in.
Be there in no time.
All right. Speaking of playing games, that's one that we can't play yet, but we've been playing a few different games this week. Matto, kick us off. Sorry, this month I should say. Kick us off.
Right. Okay.
Patched updates time, everyone.
Yes, these updates, not PAX updates. It is patched updates. So we'll finally get to the game that I've been playing for God knows how long. I've lost count, or 104 hours to be exact.
If your Switch keeps the records right.
No. Well, the game does.
No, okay.
Yeah, I don't go off the Switch on because I feel like it lies half the time. It says it's between 20 to 25 hours. I think that's not a exact number, Nintendo. Give me exact.
Give me something exact.
Give me something exact, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It is, or for me, it is finished. Done. Completed. No DLC.
I joked before the show. Pass. You said no DLC. There was DLC though, wasn't there? In the end, yeah.
There was. Yes.
But not for you.
It's a hard no, but.
And why is that? You just burnt out?
104. It is 104 hours.
Yeah, you burnt out.
I would easily say 40 hours of that were just cutscenes.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's not great.
It's a lot of cutscenes, but I get why there's cutscenes. Because there actually is story to it. To those cutscenes, it's not just a pointless cutscene. I can understand why, but man, they went on for a long time, those cutscenes. I got up to like the final part of it. I thought, sure, I'll be over and done. This will be done in half an hour. 2.5 hours later.
Yeah.
2.5 hours
later. You need the SpongeBob screen for that.
Hours later. I was like, just finish. I know. And then the credits rolled. Great. I could have sat there and watched the credits, but I just thought, no.
I've done enough.
I usually watch credits. I was like, no more. Skipped it. They said, oh, hey, here's the new Games Plus. I just thought, no thanks. Get out.
Video game credits are way too long these days. Like,
I know, they're ridiculous. It's like
there are thousands that work on them.
Yes. And then it just says special thanks. This, even though they probably didn't even contribute to it. And then some other references also probably didn't contribute to it. And then the end. And
yeah,
it gives me the audacity to go, hey, New Games Plus, you want to play again? I'm like, no, get stuffed.
There's enough like core developers on it, and then you go and add localization for every different region in the world, which I get and appreciate. But maybe if you're playing in English, then maybe just show. I don't know. They probably don't want to create a different version of the credits for every different thing. Maybe just have the localization team for the English translation, and then if you're playing in French, maybe I don't know. There's got to be better ways to do it because more and more games want to do the Marvel thing with like something at the end of the cutscene, but like at the end of this trailer. Sorry, at the end of the credits, but. The credits go for 20 minutes. You're like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. So
And
go figure.
also too, there's also yes, you got animators, blah blah blah, PR, marketing. I'm thinking, you knew. I'm not trying to be harsh on marketing or PR, but do you
They're
really
important.
need them in
Yeah.
there? They're important, but let them have their own credits or something.
Not
Don't
in the making of the
I
game.
don't know.
Yeah.
Not the making of the game. Like I mean, I give it's the game I'm playing. I'm not. So yeah, you give credit to the people who voice acted it, did the audio, the music,
Programming,
all
whatever
that
it is. Yeah.
stuff. Programming, what was in that game, not what was happening outside of the game, the marketing and PR stuff. But they can argue with me all they want, and I won't listen. So, because you know why? I sat through 20 minutes of the credits, so I don't care. That was finished.
I
That
get
was
it.
done. Not terrible. Good game. Good game. I'll say good game. And then I thought, you know what? I have the first one I purchased a while
Oh no.
ago. So I started playing that.
Oh my god. Shit. I'm gonna double check how long to beat while we're chatting here.
60 hours. I did
Oh, you
check
gotta
that
check
before I started. And I think it's not as harsh as it feels like at the moment. And I know it's a old game. I was
But
trying to figure
I would
out,
say things like side quests and those sort of things aren't nearly as engaging. So like
but there's far
yeah,
less
look,
cutscenes.
according to how long to beat, it's 57.5 hours, while Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was 62.5, and you've gone and taken 100 plus for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Sorry, for the 3 was 62.5. So you've somehow managed to tack on an extra 40 hours to your game time.
Yes, they're called side missions, and
Yeah, there's lots of
they've
them.
also they're also no, but there's actual like main serious like side story things. So like not Witcher stuff. Like there's a side story to the story,
Yeah, okay.
which is
It's not
actually
they're not
interesting.
throwaway things. They're actually interesting
They're
to
not
check out.
throwaway things. It's not like go cut down a tree or something. And that's the mission. It's not like that. There's an actual story to it.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I was sort of like, you know what, I'm gonna play the first one, and yes, I could take a guess that I think it was back in the day a DS game. That's
No,
my guess.
it was a Wii game that then
The Wii game.
it was a Wii game that then got remastered on 3DS. It was a launch title for
Ah,
the 3DS with
damn.
there was like an upgrade, the new Nintendo 3DS, the one that had a little bit more power. It was a launch title
The
for
big
that,
one. The big one.
so it
Right.
couldn't actually
Yes.
run on the normal 3DS. Which fucking Nintendo. But anyway, yeah, it was a Wii game that then became 3DS that then got a Switch glow up.
Yes, I was trying to figure out between the two because you look at the art style and go, this is very DS Wii like. I thought, yeah, I've seen this before, but I couldn't figure out which one. But so far, as dumb as it says, I do like it.
Good. I mean, I played a
Good.
good chunk of it. Like I played the Switch version for review for Player 2 and really enjoyed it. As a JRPG person and someone who like enjoyed the original when I played it on the Wii, it's a lot to go through a second time around in that case. And for you to go back to it, to go to it right off the back of 3, that's a slog. And I don't remember the side quests being overly engaging. Maybe that's something they've kind of improved with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3. It felt like they were just more like, go collect this, go fight this monster, like a bit more fetch questy, and that's not as great.
The thing with the first one I found at the moment is that when you do the quest, it just tells you you've done it. You don't have to go back and talk
Turn
to
it
the
in.
person. Yeah, I'll turn it in and all that stuff. Oh, that's good. I don't have to waste my time finding the person because I don't know where they are. And I don't care. And the only reason I started playing the first one was because of the other game I've really been trying to play. I can't do it. I just can't play Hellblade 2.
No, you just can't get it done.
I can't do it. It's just the combat in that game is so boring. I know it's very little combat, but it's just 3 buttons you press and it doesn't always work. And it's just like, I can't do this.
It's kind of rough.
I hate this restricted combat style. I want to be free roaming and attack whoever the hell I like. Not, oh hey, here's a heavy dude, kill them first. I don't want to. I want to kill the other guy. But it's just I don't know what it is. I know it's only like a 6-hour game, but I could go play another game for 6 hours and actually enjoy it.
Yeah,
as harsh as
that's
to
fair.
say.
That's totally fair.
It's just I really want to try and play it but I just can't. Every time I come up to a combat situation, I just go, I hate this. But I've played other games with much better combat.
Which is
Much
pretty
better
much
combat.
any game with
Everything.
combat does it better, really.
I mean, even the Superman on the Nintendo 64.
Oh wow!
Much. Oh wow.
It's just
That's
he's
harsh.
that's a shot across the bow at Xbox.
That's just the low blow. But I don't even play the Superman game, so I can't even really.
Superman 64 is better than Hellblade 2. There's your headline, everyone.
And also, too, more people play Golem than they did Concord on Steam. So.
Oh, I haven't had the guts to have. I haven't had the guts.
Oh
to
no.
Concord.
Yeah,
No.
we'll just, I'll wait for the reaction on your face to go. Oh.
All right, Steam
Wait for it,
charts.
Here we go.
Holy shit!
Oh yes.
All-time peak. Now, admittedly, they're going to get more players on PlayStation. I think that's pretty fair. But like all-time peak, 697. Holy shit! Ooh, that's
That's
bad.
that's what happens. See, that's what happens when you. Yeah, it's bad. That's what happens when you do something silly and go, hey, you got to make a PlayStation account to play this game. Everyone's just gonna say.
Did they force you to do that with
I don't know. I don't know with Concord, but I think maybe the roll-on effect with Helldivers 2, they might have just gone, you know what? I've got better games playing. But it's also, the other thing too is, I'd say there is a price to it. And you got other, probably, free-to-play games that are probably...
Yeah, I think,
more
yeah,
entertaining.
the $60, the US $60, no, it's us $60, sorry. The
80.
$60 price tag, is it 80 for us? Holy
I
shit.
think it's 80 for Concord.
Thank you very much to
60
PlayStation
for-
Australia for providing me a code.
60 for Helldivers, I believe. Might be 80 for Concord.
For some reason, I thought Concord was, yeah, it's $60 as well.
Oh, just 60. Okay, they've dropped the price then. Or maybe that was some sort of season pass crap. I don't know. I just saw 80 and thought, no, thank you.
Yeah. No, there's no, unless there's like a digital deluxe with some extra stuff,
That might be it.
That might be it.
Have a skin that does absolutely nothing.
600 though. Holy shit. Not good news.
We'll go have a look at Golem. The game you loved so much that crashed on you 3 times while playing it for about a good 15 minutes back in the day. Never got an update because it was just horrible. Oh, here we go.
Oh, its all-time peak was 758, so it's higher, but also there's 9 players in the last 24 hours.
So there's still 9 people playing it?
There's not, and there's 4 right now.
Wow.
4 right now. We're on to you, people.
4. So how long? Say if we go back in 20 minutes, will it still be 4?
The peak in the last month has been 13.
13.
Last 3 months, 14.
Wow.
The last 6 months,
14.
22.
14. Why? Is it on? Was it a fire sale
And
or something?
its maximum was day 1.
Oh, so
22nd of May,
everyone just jumped off
758,
quick.
and then by the very next day, that was. Oh no, sorry, it's so zoomed out. That's the very next week. It was down to 249, and then it's just been
13 since.
yeah. 6th of November last year. No, sorry, 13th of November last year. There was 9 for that week.
Wow.
So good stuff. Good one, Golem.
Much loved game by no one.
Dynafire.
But that's Dynafire.
Specifically the Fires of Mordor.
Yes. That is the place where it deserves to be. In the depths of Mordor to never be seen again.
Well, I'll talk more about Concord shortly. Actually, no. I mean, do you mind, since we've kind of referenced it,
we can
I'll
talk to
quickly
it.
pile in.
We can do it now.
I've messed around with Concord a little bit on PlayStation specifically. I'm not one of those PC dorks that aren't contributing to anything when it comes to the game at all. And again, shout out to PlayStation for providing me a code there. Look, I checked out the beta, which again was also access was provided by PlayStation there too. I didn't like. I'm not a multiplayer guy, as is pretty well documented. And Overwatch didn't float my boat in the slightest. And I'm not going to say that I'm like hooked on the characters or anything like that, but I've kind of found my character. His name is Starchild, and he is a dead rip for there is a player from Overwatch that it's not going to come to me because I didn't study Overwatch enough. But he's kind of a bit of a brute, and he can bash and crash. He's got that charge sort of ability. He's a heavy, like kind of ticks a lot of boxes that makes it nice and accessible for someone who's not necessarily super well versed in that. Because when in doubt, I'll just steamroll someone. But like, as a playing experience, I quite like it. The shooting feels really good. Like you can tell that there's Bungie, you can tell that there's Call of Duty developers. Like there's a whole range of highly skilled people that are working on this. The level design's really interesting. Like it ticks a lot of boxes. It's just the characters at the end of the day haven't hooked people at all. And you know, there's plenty of people out there calling it woke and those sort of things. I'm not going to buy into that sort of rubbish. They're certainly representing anyone and everyone. Like they've kind of, it's almost like they do have a list of boxes, and they've gone and ticked off every single one of them. But also don't play the game and go, oh, but they're forcing whatever agenda someone might try and perceive. They're not forcing that agenda on anyone. They've just got a character who's female. They've got a person who's black. They've got a person who's this. They've got a person who's that. Like, who cares? Play the game. Enjoy the game. Does it shoot well? Whatever. But like, I think that sort of conversation has unfortunately hijacked this one a little bit. But and you know, not to mention, as you said, it's probably struggling a little bit with some of the PlayStation sign-in stuff that kind of popped up first with Helldivers. Like, they're definitely paying a bit of a price for that. But also, plenty of other people didn't care about that based on the sales of Ghost of Tsushima on PC. So, I don't know. It's a strange one. People are just picking and choosing when they want to make an argument about something, and that gives me the shits. But if people have got $60 and they're looking for some sort of Overwatch style experience that's not Overwatch 2, that's not Valorant, and that's not Marvel Rivals, well, I've named a whole bunch of better options, but also Concord is there, so you can go check that out if you wanted. So, worth considering, especially I think at some point in the nearish future, this is inevitably going to be a free PlayStation Plus game. So, thanks PlayStation. More to report when Matt and I put together our co-op review in the coming days. Anyway, sorry, mate. Back over to you.
Yeah, well, I'll say those woke people better not play Borderlands then, because they're going to be quite upset at the type of characters you have to play.
Yeah.
Or you're going to hate it. You're really going to hate it.
Yeah, people just want to be angry.
We'll get off our free
on all sides of the fence.
Multiplayer, whatever you want to call it, guys, and get onto a game that I was playing, have played before. I thought, you know what? I don't want to play Hellblade 2. I'll play this instead. A good game.
Good. It's about time we start talking about a good game.
With no combat, but it has action. It is and it also has what I like to call it modern day Star Wars. It is called Control. You just don't have a lightsaber. You have the Force, you have a gun, and that's all you need.
And it's pretty awesome.
It is a great game, and you can sort of see parts of what made Alan Wake 2, which is not a bad thing at all. But then you just look at it and go, I remember this stuff, the stupid refrigerator and all this crap.
Yeah, some of those, it hits some of those vibes still. I do kind of want to go back, and I want to check out the DLC. I haven't played that.
Yeah, I think that's the main reason why I'm playing it, because do that.
AWE DLC.
And do the Alan Wake DLC and see how that fits in with all naked man appearing on a beach. If that's even in there, I don't think it would be, but
it'd be like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, actually, no. That guy is referenced. I think I was looking into it. That guy is referenced. The naked man on a beach is referenced in the DLC somewhere. Don't know where and how, but I think when I was doing the research, going, who's this guy? To see if he was in the first one, or was he just a naked dude on a beach? I don't know if is it even a beach or is it a lake? I can't remember.
It was by the lake. It was by the lake.
Yes, or Lake Cauldron. Yes, there you go. Lake, not a beach. Lake. And it's just weird too, seeing the voice of Alan Wake in Control, but not Alan Wake. He's one of the scientists.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, of course. Shit. I need to go back to it, especially because there was also my PS4 version that I think I had got the PS5 update, so new trophy list. I can go up from scratch, refresh myself, jump straight into the DLC from there. Makes sense. I'll have to join you in this at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, if it weren't for the
Good
giant backlog of other games I still need to play.
Yes, and all those woke people won't like it either because your main character is
Female.
a female, which is a good thing because it'll just piss all those dickheads off. Not me, because Jesse, cool character.
Jesse Faden's awesome.
Cool character. So I'll get to that. I don't even know where I'm up to there. Found my silly brother.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep.
That's as far. I don't know. I can't remember where else I've got to go up there. I'm just been trying to get points and upgrade myself. Is the best way to put it.
And the gun, like the multi-tools of the gun, and
Yes,
like
the gun.
it's such a cool gun. Like that's one of the best weapons in video games.
Yes, the grip. I think it's called a grip.
Yeah, the grip. That's it.
That's
Yeah.
the pistol.
Oh yeah, sorry, they got different names,
and-
but then like it just
and
kind
the
of
other thing,
transforms
but the grip.
into
But the grip is the best one by a mile. And then on to my next game because for the same reason, don't want to play Hellblade 2. But it's also as well. I thought I better use the PC part of my Games Pass subscription for something I haven't used in years. It used to be a game we used to play. That came out of a cereal box.
Age of Empires 2.
Age of Empires. Well, I played the first one
Oh, okay.
because just to see if it's any good or not. I think I just suck at it because I'm just not used to those strategy type games. I just want to build and like everyone does, build and kill. That's the name of the game.
Just spawn a supercar and start shooting people. That's all that matters.
Supercar. Oh, yes, okay.
I've forgotten what the
Chariot.
Was it Chariot?
Oh yeah, no, the red car. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
the
I
sports
forgot
car
about
that you
the red car. Yes, the sports car. Yeah, when you say car, look, hang on a second. Then I remember, just clicked and went, big red sports car. That's silly old cheat. See, they don't do that in games anymore. Just do absolutely silly cheats. It's just too serious. It's all serious. They spend all their money on making a game look good and just not have, unless Bethesda with Doom Eternal with every time you kill someone you have confetti come out of their head. That was great. But
it was a Cobra convertible.
no one cares.
I'm trying to find what the code was.
Is it big chugga big red car?
I don't know, but like this Age of Empires fandom wiki that I found is when selected. So like they've got a little section for in-game dialogue. Like I guess they've works for most of the different characters, but in the case of this one, in-game dialogue when selected, vroom when ordered to move, vrah when ordered to stop, attack, change stance, vrah. Like, oh my god.
I mean, I'll give them credit for going.
They've stuck to their guns. They've been consistent. I can't find it, but
No, I think I might just skip Age of Empires and just jump onto the cereal box classic of Age of Empires 2. And then, who knows? I might play 3, maybe 4, maybe Mythology. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just stick with 2. It just won't be the same.
no comment on Mythology.
No Mythology.
No comment, people.
No comment. And that's everything. That is everything for me.
Yeah, righto.
This month.
What's on the cards for the next couple? I mean, outside of now more of the original Xenoblade, and definitely not Hellblade. What's on the cards? More Control.
Well, might be Control. Maybe some more Hellblade. Just say no. I feel like I'll just do an hour a month. I'll be done by December for a 6-hour game.
Yeah, checks out. If
But
it's
other
even
than that-
6.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't know. Maybe Star Wars, maybe not. I'm not like real hyped for the new Star Wars. Yes, it is Star Wars, great. But at the same time, I've got a whole heap of other games to play first.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Which is good, which is a good thing. It's compared to last year where it's just like, hey, here's a new game in 2 weeks' time. Hey, here's another new game and another new game. And you know what, man? It's just a nice, relaxing year of not big games coming out in short spaces, which is great.
I mean, look, we're getting close to that.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We are getting close to it. For some, it does start as soon as this week. For me, it's certainly the sort of thing that starts this week. But yeah, for me, look, there's a few games that I'm embargoed on that I can't really talk about in great depth. Star Wars Outlaws is one of those. Visions of Mana is another. Stay tuned for thoughts Jess is working on the Star Wars review. I'm working on Visions of Mana. So I've had to commit a bit more time to that one than Star Wars, but I am playing both. No comment. But I guess we've already discussed Concord a little bit. But beyond that, I jumped into a few different games. One of them was, I guess, a game like as soon as there's a new game in this franchise announced, I'm all over it straight away. So Steamworld Heist was one game that I can't remember if last time during the updates I alluded to the fact that I was playing it, or if I even was playing it at that particular time. Yeah,
I think you referenced it, but you couldn't talk about it.
So I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's got some flaws. They tried to introduce like a submarine, and then you're kind of traveling around the map. IGN would love it. Too much water, but
Too much water.
it was an old criticism of it was what they put in a Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire review back in the day. It was like 7 point something. Too much water.
They would have loved Spider-Man there because they took out all the water.
All the puddles. Get rid of the puddles. Don't like them. Go and fact check in the meantime. They probably gave Spidey a 10. So yeah, I went Steamworld Heist. I think the big flaw is kind of the overworld that you got to explore. I don't think it's great. It's not super well designed. It's kind of a bit of a chore going around and doing it for mostly no reason. But otherwise, the actual moment to moment, the gameplay when you're in the combat scenarios, that feels as good as the original. There's a few extra mechanics. You can kind of spec out your different characters in different ways. There's different classes that you can kind of shift between now and pull some of the elements of multiple into your one specific class. So I think they've added some really cool things. It's just that the overworld stuff is not so great. So the review's been kind of sitting on the Player 2 back end because I didn't hit embargo for it. It's just been sitting on the back end as Gamescom opening night live stuff's been rolling out, and other people's previews and reviews that have needed to come out for embargo. It's just been kind of sitting there gathering dust. But I'd imagine probably by the time this episode goes live, my review will have gone live, and quite possibly my review also for Cat Quest 3, which was not a game that I expected to find myself playing, but I did. I got sent the code for that one to check it out, and it's a lot of fun. I'd kind of seen the original two pop up, and okay, sure, whatever. I kind of ignored them. But this is kind of cool, very, very simple. It's very much like kids' first action RPG, which is walking around the world, and it's totally, like I said, action RPG. You're kind of slashing and hacking a little bit in the environment, but there are some loose RPG systems in the back end, in terms of leveling up and building out your character a little bit to kind of fit the needs of the player, I suppose. But it's also very small and contained. Like you can get it done in 10 to 15 hours, which is nice for anything that's kind of an RPG to have one that's kind of done pretty short. I enjoyed it. It's not outstanding. It's not going to be winning any Game of the Year awards. It's not even probably going to make the list for the best family game at the Game Awards. But it's good fun. If you the viewer, have a kid that's kind of in that age where you might want to start introducing him to games with a little bit more complexity, maybe this is a good jumping off point because it's kind of cute and cuddly. It's got cats and those sorts of things, but at the same time, there are some systems at play at the same time. So, one for people to consider checking out. Beyond that, there's not a huge amount else really. We touched on Concord. Obviously, I've got some embargoed stuff. And then I guess one other game that I have been playing is Footy Bash. So it's not the final build. I've been working with look at that! It's just pulled the prop out on cue. That's awesome. The team sent me a preview build of the game. It's being updated constantly. This is not a public facing build. They've totally just given me some back end access to go check it out as they refine things. They sent me like the build that I played. It must have been 3 weeks ago now. Trying to play it in single player because it does support single player, and I was getting absolutely annihilated. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we haven't really tuned that yet. Just FYI." And I'm losing. Keep in mind, you'd remember what the experience is like from PAX and stuff last year. These are 2-minute halves, and I was 2-minute quarters, I should say, and I was going down by more than 100 points.
So it was like us when we flogged those other two people at PAX.
Well, yeah, but at least like they could put up a fight, like to a degree. There was no fight. Like I was getting absolutely reamed. So they've gone and like myself and Zach Jackson for well played. We're both in the same boat. I believe we're the only two that actually have access to the game outside of the development team at the moment. And we kind of, we're back and forth with them. We're back and forth with each other. We're kind of comparing notes. They're taking on board some of the feedback. They've gone and tuned up a bit of the single player in the meantime. The best experience, I think, for anyone will always be playing with someone else, even if it's Steam Remote Play or side by side or something like that. I think it needs to be that experience. But they are balancing the single player bit by bit, and I'm kind of excited to see how that finally shapes up. But we're chatting with them, going back months now. They were talking about sometime this year, maybe even sync with like the AFL finals. The way things are shaping up, I don't see them hitting that date. The single player specifically just requires still too much work to kind of really tune it, I think, the way it needs to be and get it nicely balanced. But it's still fun. It's still fun to kind of NBA Jam style punch someone in the head, in this case have blood kind of splurt out everywhere, and then take the ball and off you go. It's a good game to play. It just needs a little bit more time in the oven, I think, on the single player side specifically. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it. So then I guess going forward, I mean, I'll have more to say next month on the likes of Visions of Mana and Star Wars Outlaws. In fact, the embargo for Visions of Mana is about 12 hours after this episode going live. So people will be able to check out my review on the website later tonight, as of when this episode goes live on the Tuesday morning. Star Wars, I can't remember what the embargo was because I'm not working to the embargo, so I'm not going to put my foot in it there. I'm playing it. But then going into next month, we've got things you spoke about. Obviously, we're kind of getting close to a string of releases. There are a few that I'm keen on. Astrobot comes out on the 6th. The Plucky Squire got its release date recently. I have been playing that demo. Thanks to Devolver, they sent me a copy of the demo to check out on PC. It was a nice reminder. Like, okay, I still don't like PC gaming, but then they announced the release date for console, and they said it's free to PlayStation Plus, which is awesome. So specifically the extra or premium tiers, so you can't be the lowest level. I don't know. What tier are you when it comes to your PlayStation Plus?
You're in the middle.
Yeah, okay. Then you'll get it for free on day one.
I can get new games, but I can't get the classics.
Yeah, no, that's right. But
I can't get Time Splitters.
Oh yeah, okay.
I cannot get Time Splitters.
You can pay $10 and get it. And pick and choose when you want.
Even less now.
Yeah. So that's right. So you'll get Plucky Squire then for peanuts when it comes out on the 17th. I'm kind of interested in checking out Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. The Quidditch game that's kind of spun off from Hogwarts Legacy. Zelda comes out. Like there's a few things in September, and even then, as you start pushing towards October, it starts getting a bit busier as well. I still want to finish Diablo 4 in time for Vessel of Hatred, though I'm starting to get really worried that I just won't get to that point and I'll fall behind. Silent Hill 2, the previews came out for that recently, and actually it sounds like it's really good despite the fact that Bloober Team's working on it. So that's suddenly of interest because I've never had that Silent Hill history that a lot of other people have had. But when Capcom started doing the remakes for Resident Evil, that kind of worked. Maybe Konami can make the same sort of magic happen with remakes of Silent Hill. So keen on that. And yeah, we now have dates for Dragon Age Veilguard. There's stuff starting to kind of fill in some of these gaps, let alone Assassin's Creed and Mario and Luigi and Dragon Quest and all those sort of things that come rolling in through November. And I guess one of the topics, like we were only very briefly going to kind of discuss our thoughts on Opening Night Live and some of the stuff there, but I guess, as I kind of continue to talk about the calendar for this year, the final game on my list that's of note currently, based on dates that are available, is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which is December 9th for Xbox, but it's already now been confirmed for the March to May sort of window for PlayStation. I can't help but go, I could probably just ignore it at December then, right? Catch up on all the other 2024 games and then get the game on my preferred platform 4 or 5 months later. I can't help but kind of shake that feeling a little bit. But thoughts? What do you think about the fact that they announced the PS5 thing at the same time that they finally announced a date for Xbox people?
It is a weird one. I don't know if PlayStation and Xbox made a deal. Who knows?
No way.
I don't think they would, because I honestly think Xbox or Microsoft looked at the numbers and gone, yeah, we've got to put it over the PlayStation.
I think they were always going to. I just think Disney's gone, because obviously Indiana Jones is owned by
Oh,
Disney.
yes.
Disney's gone. You're doing this now. Like you need to drive numbers up somehow, and like PlayStation people can already wishlist Indiana Jones on the PS5 now. Like it drums up interest, and any conversation is good conversation. So, especially because it sounds like it's a really good game.
Yeah, but it is weird too how excited people got at Gamescom when it said it was coming to the PS5. Everyone's like,
I did.
It's got a date for December 9th of this year for Xbox. So everyone's like, woo! And then PS5, spring or summer, whatever it is next year. And everyone's like, woo! Yeah, woo! They're excited. But let's just
people
be
want to
honest.
see Microsoft fall.
I
That's
say, I
the
know,
reality of
but
it.
I think it's also too, it got more of a response than what Goat Simulator Remastered got, which was absolutely nothing.
Funny trailer.
Funny trailer, but I think that's when I stopped watching. I thought, yeah,
which was the third announcement of the night.
Third announcement. I just looked at because you see that crowd just not say anything. It was dead silence when that Ghost Simulator trailer. I thought, yep, I don't think I need to watch anymore. And probably a good call anyway, because there was Black Ops 6. Don't care about Black Ops 6. Monster Hunter Wilds. You don't need to convince me to buy Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm already sold. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed they didn't kind of drop a date or a demo or something to go with that. So there's the public demo that people at Gamescom can play. I just thought that might be right down to installed on your PlayStation now.
Right.
So
we do now get insect monsters, which is a first, I believe.
Yeah, they're doing some cool new things.
Say, I saw that giant spider. I thought, oh, people aren't gonna like that.
No, I don't like that idea.
Set it on fire. That's what people are gonna do.
But that is, like, I guess one of the things I was really hoping for and we should probably do one of those what we want in episodes. We'll get Damo on board and do something for Monster Hunter Wilds. But one of the things I did want is for them to kind of introduce a whole lot of new monsters, because Rise had a couple, but a lot of it was kind of recycling old monsters, yeah. And even World does that a bit too. So be nice to see.
That stupid fire T-Rex thing.
Anjanath.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Bastard of a thing.
They kind of come back, so I'd like to see almost like 75% of them are new faces, with 25 kind of returning, and maybe they're kind of spread out across the whole game, so you don't really, you get to a biome, there's like 5 monsters that kind of frequent the area, 4 of them are brand new ones, and one of them is Pookie or something like that. I don't know.
I'd be fine with that. I think you gotta have some regular bosses in and go, oh, hey, it's you again. I'll destroy you once. I will slay you again.
Don't want familiar faces.
I want a Pookie hat. If there's a Pookie hat, sure, put it in there.
I'll get around it. All right. Any other games you want to discuss at all? That you've been considering playing, that are coming out soon?
No, I was gonna say Skyrim. I'll get to Skyrim.
Skyrim.
These days.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking. Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that.
We were talking about last month. I'll get around to that after I finish Xenoblade Control and
the other list of stuff.
The other list of stuff I've got to play.
It's a long list. We've got plenty of time. There's plenty of games to play. There's never a dull moment. So I just want there to be a shit year. I really do want 2025 to be a year that, just because of GTA, everyone gets scared off. But I think it's just going to become a case of people get scared off the second half of the year, and the first half is just going to be stacked. Monster Hunter will drop there. We've now got Borderlands 4 announced. Maybe Borderlands 4 drops in it, because keep in mind that's Take-Two, and Take-Two owns, kind of handles GTA as well. So maybe they go, okay, we don't want to sabotage Borderlands, so maybe put Borderlands out early in the year if they're at that point. Like, what else? Like, they've announced Mafia. Does Mafia come there? There's first-party exclusives and stuff still. Like, there's a whole list of stuff that's avowed as set for February. Like, they're just queuing up.
So
I don't love it. I don't love it.
Ages? Oh, yeah.
Doom the Dark Ages. Holy shit. Yeah. I mean, Xbox has got, like, Fable's meant to come out next year too.
Oh, man. Not again.
And I'm down for it, but just, can we just have a quiet year? Can GTA just terrify everyone and just go, oh, it's not worth putting out a game this year, it's going to get its lunch cut, and just disappear?
If you want to do that,
2026.
If you want to do
1
that,
year to catch up.
GTA, you got to put GTA and Red Dead Redemption in the same year. Then you'll scare everyone off.
Can you
They would
imagine?
do that.
Can you imagine?
I say all the other studios might as well go on holiday for that year. Just don't even bother. Don't even show up.
Yeah.
So don't even go to
Take a year off,
Gamescom.
guys.
Don't even go to a showcase. Don't
Ghost
even
of
do
Tsushima is
anything.
going to come out next year. Like, that's another one as well. Like, certain. It's not been announced, but I'm certain that's going to come out next year. It's nuts, man.
Oh, I mean, it was solid, great, but it's just we're back to 2023 again. I thought that was a one-off year, but clearly not.
No. This is the quiet one-ish. Just got to find those pockets of time. All right, let's wrap it up. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell and check out all the other videos that we've got going on the channel. Whether they're shorts, whether they're full-blown videos like Patch, gameplay videos, and more. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patch, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. We're on Patreon. Go check that one out as well. Early access and monthly exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for myself. The website's player2au. And until next week, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you later.